Well, hello there, Dewi Hapsari Leitner. I'm so honored to have you on the red couch today.
Hi, Angie. Thank you for this interview, and I'm so honored to be here in the Red Couch um, because, yeah, I feel that this is kind of like amazing and really a good opportunity for me to be here. I'm so glad. Thank you so much.
Well, for the very educated people, that watch our show or listen to our podcast, they might have guessed that, Dewi Hapsari is originally an Indonesian name.
Yes.
So, can you tell us a bit more about that and your story behind that?
Okay. This is kind of like a fun fact about me. Um, because in Indonesia, most of the people we don't really use family name. So only in the certain areas, like in mostly where the Christian people from island in Sulawesi, North Sulawesi, or in Sumatra, they use family name.
Hmm.
But most of the 90% of the population are Muslims, and we don't use the family name. So funny enough, Dewi Hapsari is my full name, and then also it's quite kind of like a quite funny for me before when I wanted to I made a passport, and then they asked me if I can use my dad's name. So I put my dad's name after Dewi Hapsari. My dad's full name is Alimuddin. So
Hmm.
my full name is becoming Dewi Hapsari Alimuddin. And then when I got married with my husband, when I was here in Switzerland, first time after we got married, we come to Switzerland,
Yeah.
and then they call me, and the letter is like Mrs. Alimuddin. So Alimuddin basically is my dad's name. So my husband said, okay, now you need to change your family name to be a Leitner. So it's no more my dad's.
It is very interesting because that concept seems to be very confusing for many Muslims that I know.
Yeah.
Um, Also, that I have a longtime friend, and even 10 years later, still he keeps asking me, which one is my last name? Which one is my first name? I'm confused. What is my family name?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that is the things.
It's a
Also,
different concept. It is
yeah,
such
yeah.
a concept.
So,
Now, I don't know if I ever told you that I once learned Bahasa, but
oh,
I
okay.
hardly remember anything apart from the words that sound like German, like Tante and Kulkas.
Yeah, it's similar because we had kind of like influence from the Dutch.
Yeah,
So we also call in the past. I remember my grandma said it's like a strand actually is a beach. To
yeah,
strand or
yeah,
stad, Strasse.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought it was kind of funny. It was during my time at university in Australia,
Okay.
and just something I did for fun. But it actually was a very good hobby, something like also a good language to learn. It's not so hard to learn in
No.
comparison to many other languages.
Yeah, because we don't have grammar. We don't have
Yeah.
grammar at all.
Unlike Arabic, which is one of the hardest languages I ever tried to learn.
Oh, okay.
Not the same pair of shoes. Very different pair of shoes.
Okay, cool.
Well, Devi, tell us a bit more about the why behind your work. So, what drives you? What is your purpose? Why do you do what you do?
Okay. I actually have kind of like a long journey since I just graduated. So I was working for government in Indonesia. And then they posted me actually in the town that I was born, but actually I was not from this area because my parents before they posted there and got me. I born there, So when I worked there, I thought like, oh my God, this is too kind of like I was in the city. I always been in the city, and then I decided to move after 1 year because I cannot live in the kind of like a countryside. So I moved to Jakarta, and then I worked for a bank. Then there I met my husband, and since then he took me away from Indonesia. So I ended up here in Switzerland after a while.
That is interesting and amazing. I hope I hope we didn't work for the same bank and already met 20 years ago.
Oh, so yeah, no, no.
Probably not. I would remember your name. I would, because at the time when I started my career, I worked for the expats in Asia for Deutsche Bank.
Ah,
And
okay.
I remembered the name of my Indonesian colleague, and it was
Ah,
not your name. But I had a lot of, I had a lot of things going on with Indonesia there at the time.
yeah.
So, how was your journey like? So you said, okay, you found your husband, you got married. He's a Swiss person,
Yes,
German, German.
yes, it is
Yeah.
Swiss. It is Swiss.
And then you moved to Switzerland when?
After we got married, we moved to Switzerland only 1 year. And then after that, we're an expat in Singapore and in Dubai. Uh,
Oh,
During this time, yeah, we like tried to have a family, but didn't work. And we came back again to Singapore, and I actually became kind of like an entrepreneur. We had our own company that we do kind of like spa equipments. And after that, my husband was not really kind of a person who like stand still, and he decided to move around. He went to Vietnam, he went to Sweden. I decided myself just to yeah, grow. And then I decided to pursue another study. So I went to UK, and then I did the marketing, a master in marketing. And after that, I joined him also in the same company in Sweden before we decided to come to Switzerland after that.
and I mean, you and I met through the University of St. Gallen CAS course, and you are now very much focused on digital marketing, customer experience, these kind of topics.
Yeah.
I know that because we work together. But I'm interested a bit in your expat spouse experience, if you want to share that a bit more, because a lot of the people that are watching the show will be working in global mobility and in human resources. Is there anything that you think somebody who works in this field, like a human resources professional or global mobility manager, should know more or understand better about the expat partner, expat spouse experience?
Yes, of course, because we are intercultural, and then the people need to understand, and then also understand mostly for women, they need to kind of like give more empathy
Mhm.
because most of the women, I think, struggle. For
Mhm.
instance, like me and my other friends, colleagues from the school, from the program uh, Women Back to Business, we are kind of like quite struggle here in Switzerland. They are very qualified people, qualified, I must say, qualified women,
Mhm.
but it's difficult to get kind of like back to career uh,
Yeah,
they used to. And then the XR, I think they need to see this. It's not only because the gap that we had, that we are not working, is not the point. The point is what can we bring to the table.
absolutely, absolutely. And that maybe they should also let you in returnship programs, for
Yes,
example, or internship constellations, so that you get a chance to get more practical experience with all the skills and the learnings that you had over the years through school, but also through the practical and the life experience of working in so many different countries or living in so many different countries and
Yeah.
cultures. So you've been into at least five, six, if I counted correctly, you lived in at least six countries in the world. You probably speak at least three languages, maybe even more.
I was when I was in Dubai, I started a course, but of course now I don't remember anymore. But I still can say like masalama, ahlan wa sahlan, shukran laka, kif halik, something like
Oh
this.
God, I understood everything. I'm so glad.
Yeah. So yeah, in Singapore, I didn't learn Mandarin because I was busy with other things, with my business basically. And then in Sweden, we say like hello is kind of like or thank you is tack.
Mhm.
Hello is I think like uh, I don't remember, but tack is like tack is thank you.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I also was in the UK for the study and then Vietnam from time to time because I visit my husband.
I forgot the UK, right? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
awesome. You had an awesome and interesting journey, Dewi. And now, I'm also really intrigued by this um, platform that you're working for as the head of the rep office called ESMEA.
Yes.
Or ESMEA. Can you talk a bit more about that? It sounded really interesting. What is this about? What are you doing exactly there? Are you looking for more companies? By the way, I've already sent it to one of my other clients who might be connecting with you shortly.
Thank you. ESMEA is a European small medium enterprises. So it's a non-political institution, and we are independent. So it's basically we are kind of like connecting the companies. Let's say I'm a representative in Switzerland. I'm going to kind of like focus on the Swiss SME and also kind of like university because at the moment me and my team we are doing kind of like a grant program for scholarship with one of the university here in Switzerland
Uh-huh.
and yeah it is on progress. So I also would like to kind of like bring up the startup companies, wanted to promote the products like a Swissness to actually open the market out of Switzerland to European country or EU countries, and then open their market penetration.
So this works also for Swiss startups
Yes,
to
because
Europe?
yeah, so it's kind of like, for instance, there is
Huh?
a startup company. They have a product, and then the market is only domestically in Switzerland, but they don't have kind of like a market or to other countries.
Uh-huh.
With our institution, we actually can bridge has a bridge between Swiss and another countries. To open the market for this startup. Yeah, because startup is SME, right? Small, medium enterprises.
It sounds very intriguing.
Yeah.
Um, what is I think I read that it's for mainly for natural foods, food and sustainability focused products, but like my company would not qualify, I assume.
If you like to open your kind of like a service, not only in Switzerland, probably in Germany,
Let's
or
let's have a separate chat about that.
yes, we can help that. And then actually we acquire also membership. So our member can actually join, and then we have kind of like also requirement, and then what we can do for the companies and enterprises who's joined our membership.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, it sounds amazing. So, as I said, there's one person I will connect with you because they're working in sustainable fashion.
Okay, yeah,
I
it's
think, it sounds like there's some synergies. Maybe you can collaborate. I'm
mhm,
always in favor of creating connections and partnerships wherever possible.
yeah,
Because, one thing I noticed when I started my company in Switzerland, very often people have a similar audience, or, they have a shared interest, but they're not competing with each other. And
yeah,
then, it's the best idea to collaborate and to work together instead of, everyone doing their own social media, their own la 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 la, because it's so much work that goes into, like funding, starting, all of these things. It's a lot of work. And, you can really partner up with a lot of good people
yeah,
to do these kind of things.
yeah.
Speaking of starting companies, brands, personal brand, and speaking of, like journeys and, I mean, you look very young, but I think we're almost the same age. So, so I can safely say, let's say, you were a little younger than today, 5 years younger, no, but like, let's say,
Yes,
you
younger, 10 years younger.
10 years younger, and, or you were still, in Jakarta, even before you met your husband. Is there anything, you would tell a young person that age that is, starting their career right now? Any piece of advice you have for them?
Yeah, I think they need to be inspired and
Mhm.
then they need to be motivated, n- not to be scared. So they need to grow and then take all the challenge, even though it's kind of like it's impossible. But with your courage, I think you can reach what you want.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's not, for instance, it's not your dream things or not your dream job, but it's make it something most of it for you. So it's kind of like opportunity in every aspect.
Yeah, and sometimes, there is hard work involved.
Yes.
And some things, that might sound amazing, they're sometimes not that amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You
because
know,
everything
it's not always fun to be in another country in the world and
no.
start from scratch. It takes a lot of energy as well.
Yes, yes, yes. It's uh to be honest, it's not easy to be in Switzerland, but we need to be strong and then adapt here. And yeah, we learn. So not not stop learning because for me it's kind of like long life learning is the best.
Yeah, exactly. And do you have a secret that you want to share about living in Switzerland and, how you made it for yourself, how you made it work for yourself?
So I must say that you don't need to be kind of afraid with all the challenges.
Mhm.
So you can actually try to do something that is not available. Do something that can, make impact for yourself. First for yourself and then later on for other people.
Right. Yeah. So, as we usually say, when you find a pain point,
Yeah.
something, that you're not happy with, start
Yeah.
a business. Yeah. Change it or a social project. Do something about it instead of complaining.
Yes, actually, I got inspired by you, Angie, during our session because I was kind of like puzzled what to do because I've been applying with the different kind of companies. Of course, they want to have, best candidates. And then you said, yeah, I need to kind of like make something for me that either is kind of like a, yeah, businesses or something else and then collaborate with people. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. It was,
So that coaching session was maybe like a year ago.
yes, last year
You start you
because we
started
already
you
graduated.
started something out of that. So I'm glad it had an impact on you.
Yeah, thank you, Angie. I'm so glad that I met you, and then hopefully our journey is not stop here. We still can,
Ja.
yeah.
You know how we say in German, man trifft sich immer dreimal im Leben und beim dritten Mal kostet es ein Bier, which means like, you meet always three times in life, and when you meet the third time, you have to pay the other one a beer.
Yes. Do
A
you drink
German
beer
thing.
yourself?
German thing.
Okay. Do
But
you
this is the
drink?
second time we meet. Next time we'll have that drink. We
Yes.
can also have a Prosecco. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah, I love Photo sector.
doesn't strictly have to be beer.
Yes, but sometimes I also like to drink beer. This Federhosen is really nice.
I love to drink beer in hot countries like in India, for example. I prefer beer over wine. Or maybe, in Switzerland when we have a heat wave.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Usually here, it's rather like wine or something. Yeah. Well, speaking of beer and traveling, now, I'm really keen on getting the summer started. What have you coming up in the next few weeks, Davy, that you would like to share with us?
Oh, I will have my holiday in 1 week.
Hmm.
I go back to Indonesia. I will stop first in Singapore, where I used to also live, and then go to Bali, meet friends there, and then yeah, enjoy the climate, enjoy the holiday, going to the beach, just forget about everything at the moment.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And when you're back in Switzerland, are you going to launch anything? Do you have anything coming up? Or how can my clients or my viewers, how can they get in touch with you? For example, about this platform that you're representing. Should they contact you on LinkedIn? What
Oh
is your
yes,
preference? Yeah.
yes, they can contact me on LinkedIn, and then we can discuss what can we, do, and then probably first meeting, and then we talk uh, what is their interest, and then normally I'm with my team will have a round table meeting together.
Sounds good. Okay. So they should just reach out and give you the secret keyword Red Couch Talk.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Davy, it was really great to talk to you today, and I'm so happy to see you thriving. I wish you a wonderful holiday, and we'll connect again when we're all back to school.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Angie. It's my pleasure.
Have
I
a good one.
wish you a good one. Thank
Bye,
you.
Davy. Bye bye.
Bye.